A concept that is as timeless as it is profound. The concept of the enemies of the mind. Picture this, your mind is a powerful, boundless universe within you. It's where dreams take flight, where aspirations are born, and where every achievement begins its journey from thought to reality. Yet, within this universe, there lurks invisible forces that can either propel us forward towards our dreams or hold us back, tethering us to our fears and doubt. Have you ever found yourself on the brink of starting something new? Something exciting, only to be pulled back by a whisper of doubt? Or perhaps you've stood before a path that could lead you to your dreams, only to find fear casting its long shadow across your way. Right? These moments are not mere coincidences. They are encounters with what I call the enemies of the mind. These enemies are not external foes. They don't lurk in the shadows of our world, but in the recesses of our thoughts. They are the doubt that makes us question our worth, the fear that makes us see the world as a dangerous place, the procrastination that keeps us locked in inaction, the negativity that taints our perceptions, and the overwhelm that paralyzes our steps. Okay? Each one is a formidable adversary in its own right, shaping our realities in ways that often go unnoticed. But why? Why, you might wonder, do these enemies have such power over us? The answer lies in the incredible power of the mind itself. Our minds are not just repositories of thoughts and ideas. They are the architects of our reality. The beliefs we hold, the thoughts we nurture, and the attitudes we adopt lay the foundation for everything we experience in life. When we allow these enemies to roam unchecked, we inadvertently give them the power to shape our lives in ways that reflect their nature. Doubt, fear, procrastination, negativity, and overwhelm. Right? Now, I want you to consider this. What if we could confront these enemies head on? What if we could transform our inner universe into a place of strength, resilience, and positivity? The journey to such transformation begins with awareness. By recognizing these enemies for what they are, we begin to diminish their power over us. Imagine facing doubt with unwavering belief in your abilities, confronting fear with the courage to step beyond your comfort zone, replacing procrastination with the power of now, countering negativity with a relentless focus on the positive, and overcoming overwhelm with the clarity of purpose. This is not just a dream. It is a pathway to freedom. A freedom that allows you to live your life unbound by the chains of your own limiting thoughts. It starts with a single step, a step of intention. By setting an intention to recognize and challenge these enemies, you light a beacon of hope in the darkness. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, possibilities where you once saw limitations. Your mind is the soil from which the garden of your life grows. Will you allow it to be overrun by weeds? Or will you tend it with care, planting seeds of positivity, hope, and action? The choice is yours, and it is a choice that can redefine your life. The battle against the enemies of the mind is not fought with swords or shields, but with the power of awareness, intention, and action. It is a battle that we can all win, a journey that we can all undertake. Together, unlock the full potential of our minds, transforming our inner universe into a place of limitless possibility. In the unfolding chapters of our lives, where each decision paves the way to our future, there lie hidden adversaries, quietly influencing the course of our journey. These adversaries, or as I might say, the enemies within, play a critical role in either propelling us towards our aspirations or pulling us back into the shadows of unfulfilled potential. Right? Let's begin with doubt, often the smallest seed that can grow into a towering tree of hesitation. Doubt whispers in our ears, questioning our abilities, challenging our dreams, and ultimately holding our feet to the ground when we should be soaring. It asks, "Are you sure you can do this?" And to that we must answer yes, not with the arrogance of ignorance, but with the confidence born of preparation and understanding. Then there's fear, an emotion so powerful that it can stop us in our tracks. Fear of failure? Fear of failure. Fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. It builds walls around our comfort zones, walls so high that stepping out seems an impossible feat. Yet what if I told you that on the other side of fear lies the true essence of life? Experiences so rich that they can only be discovered when we dare to take that step beyond the walls. Procrastination. The thief of time comes next. It's the voice that says tomorrow when the most potent word at our disposal is today. Procrastination robs us of opportunities, moments that could have been ours if only we had acted. It's a cunning enemy, making idleness seem appealing, disguising laziness as patience. Negativity, the cloud that darkens our potential, is another formidable foe. It paints our world in shades of gray, draining the color from our dreams and the joy from our journey. Negativity breeds despair, and in its shadow, possibilities wither. It asks, why bother? And we must respond because it matters. Because in the pursuit of greatness, attitude is everything. We encounter overwhelm, a state that paralyzes our progress and clouds our decision-making. Faced with the vastness of our dreams and the mountain of tasks before us, it's easy to feel lost. Overwhelm whispers, it's too much. You can't handle it. Yet, the antidote is simple. Break it down step by step, moment by moment. In doing so, we find that what once seemed insurmountable is merely a series of manageable steps. In recognizing these enemies for what they are, we arm ourselves with the power to overcome them. It's not about denying their existence, but about acknowledging their presence and choosing to act despite them. For in the heart of challenge lies opportunity, in the face of doubt, determination, and in the shadow of fear, courage. The narrative of personal growth and achievement, remember, the greatest battles are often fought within the silent chambers of our own minds. Okay. Winning these battles requires more than just acknowledgement. It demands action, persistence, and the unwavering belief that beyond the enemies within lies a life of limitless potential waiting to be lived. Not as prisoners of our internal adversaries, but as conquerors, determined to live the breadth and depth of life to the fullest, where every step forward is a testament to our resolve and every setback a lesson in disguise. There lies beneath the surface a silent war that wages within the confines of our own minds. This internal conflict, fueled by the adversaries we've come to know as doubt. Fear, procrastination, negativity, and overwhelm does more than just cloud our judgment. It shapes our very destiny. Consider, if you will, the impact of doubt, the first of these enemies. Doubt is like a cold hand that grips our hearts, squeezing the life out of our dreams before they have a chance to breathe. It whispers questions in the dead of night, casting shadows on our capabilities, making us question our worth and our potential. How many opportunities have we let slip through our fingers because doubt made us hesitate? How many times have we chosen the safety of the known over the promise of what could be, simply because we doubted ourselves? And what a fear! Fear is not just an emotion. It is a barrier, a wall that stands between us and our aspirations. It tells us stories of failure and humiliation, of loss and pain, so vivid that we often forget they're fabrications of our own making, right? Fear keeps us tethered to our comfort zones, those familiar spaces Where growth is but a distant dream, think of the person you could become, the heights you could reach, if only you step beyond the boundaries fear has drawn around you. Procrastination, on the other hand, is a thief, stealthily stealing the one commodity we cannot replenish. It convinces us that there's always tomorrow, but in doing so robs us every moment. Every moment spent in procrastination is a moment lost to indecision, a chance for progress surrendered without a fight. How much closer to our goals would we be if we acted with urgency, if we embraced the power of now? Negativity, meanwhile, clouds our vision like a fog, making it impossible to see the path ahead. It turns setbacks into insurmountable obstacles, minor irritations into major crises. Negativity saps our energy, leaving us drained and disillusioned, unable to recognize the opportunities that lie hidden amidst the challenges. Right? Now, imagine the transformation we could undergo if we chose to focus on the positive, to see the silver lining in every cloud. There's overwhelm, a feeling of being so burdened by the weight of our ambitions and responsibilities that we become paralyzed, unable to move forward or make decisions. Overwhelm fragments our focus, scattering it to the winds, leaving us feeling helpless in the face of our own lives. Yet what if we learned to take things one step at a time, to break our grand aspirations into manageable tasks? How much more could we achieve if we simply began? The impact of these enemies on personal growth, professional success, and overall well-being cannot be overstated. They hold us back, not because they possess any real power, but because we grant them dominion over our thoughts and actions. Yet, in recognizing their influence, we take the first step toward reclaiming control. By challenging doubt, facing our fears, conquering procrastination, rejecting negativity, and managing overwhelm, we set ourselves free to pursue our highest potential. In this battle for self-mastery, remember that the greatest victories are won not on the fields of external conquest, but in the quiet corners of our own minds. It is here, in the struggle against these internal adversaries, that we uncover our true strength, resilience, and capacity for growth. So, let us embrace this fight not as a burden, but as a journey toward becoming the best versions of ourselves. A journey that begins with a single, determined step forward, filled with its ebbs and flows. Understanding the landscape isn't enough. One must also know the art of navigation, the strategies to move forward despite the winds and the waves that seek to push us back. Okay, the compass and the map that can guide us through, strategies to combat the enemies of the mind that we've identified. Doubt, fear, procrastination, negativity, and overwhelm. The first strategy in our arsenal is cultivating a positive mindset. Consider this: the mind is like a garden. What seeds are you planting? Optimism isn't about ignoring the challenges or pretending difficulties don't exist. It's about nourishing the seeds of hope, courage, and belief in oneself and in the possibilities that lie ahead. Techniques such as daily affirmations, gratitude practices, and immersing oneself in inspirational literature or conversations can water these seeds. Right? Remember, optimism is a choice, a habit, a practice. It's about seeing the glass half full, not out of naivety, but from a place of strength. Then there's the power of embracing challenges and failures. It's easy to view obstacles as dead ends, but what if we saw them as detours, perhaps even shortcuts to our growth? Every challenge, every failure carries a lesson, a seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. The key is to ask, what can this teach me? Rather than, why is this happening to me? When we start seeing obstacles as opportunities, we transform our journey, making it richer, more vibrant, and infinitely more rewarding, right? Now, the third strategy is wielding the power of discipline and consistency. Success, growth, and personal development aren't products of what we do occasionally, but of what we do consistently. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Establishing routines, setting small, achievable goals, and committing to them creates a momentum that can carry us through even the toughest times. Remember, discipline is the foundation upon which all success is built. The significance of building a supportive environment cannot be overstated. We are, to a great extent, shaped by our environments, the people we spend time with, the information we consume, and the spaces we inhabit. Surrounding ourselves with positivity, with people who uplift us, challenge us, and support us is crucial. It's also about creating an environment that reflects our aspirations, making it conducive to growth and success. Positivity breeds positivity. As we navigate through the stormy seas, these strategies, cultivating a positive mindset, embracing challenges and failures, harnessing the power of discipline and consistency, and building a supportive environment, are our North Star. Okay? They are not just methods to combat the enemies within, but are principles that can lead us to a life of fulfillment, success, and joy. Remember, the journey of personal growth and success is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's about making progress, step by step, day by day. And in this journey, the greatest victory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall, armed with wisdom, resilience, and a heart full of courage. So, let us march forward, not just as dreamers, but as doers, not just as individuals, but as a community, supporting and uplifting each other towards our highest potential. Through the landscape of our own minds, confronting the adversaries that reside within, let's pause for a moment, reflect on the ground we've covered, the insights we've shared, and the strategies we've outlined to combat those silent foes that can deter us from our paths to fulfillment and success. Understanding that life in all its complexity and beauty is not just about the destinations we aim to reach, but equally about mastering the internal battles that rage within us is crucial. These battles, my friends, are fought on the terrains of doubt, fear, procrastination, negativity, and overwhelm. But remember, within each of us lies the potential for greatness, the resilience to rise above, and the strength to push through. The journey to mastering these mental battles is ongoing, a continuous process of learning, growing, and evolving. It's about making a commitment to yourself, to invest in your personal growth, to cultivate a mindset that sees beyond the immediate hurdles to the vast possibilities that lie ahead. Right? Now, carry with us the understanding that these enemies of the mind, though formidable, are not insurmountable. They are but shadows that lose their power when faced with the light of our awareness, determination, and action. Cultivating a positive mindset, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, exercising discipline and consistency in our actions, and surrounding ourselves with positivity and support are not just strategies, but principles for a life well lived. Don't let this be the end of your journey in self-discovery and personal development. Let it be a continuation, a renewed commitment every day to face the enemies within with courage and conviction. Okay? Remember, the greatest battles will always be fought in the silent chambers of your own soul. Winning these battles requires more than just strength. It requires wisdom, patience, and the relentless pursuit of growth. Consider today is a new opportunity to write your story, to to take the pen in your hand and script the narrative of your life? Will you let doubt, fear, procrastination, negativity, and overwhelm dictate your chapters? Or will you rise with the dawn of each new day, determined to live with purpose, passion, and perseverance? Let's make a promise, here and now, to ourselves and to each other, to continue the fight against these enemies, to support one another in our individual and collective journeys, and to never lose sight of the potential that resides within each of us. The grand tapestry of life, your mind is the loom on which you weave the fabric of your destiny. The patterns you create, the colors you choose, and the textures you weave are all influenced by the battles you win and lose within yourself. Choose wisely, act boldly, and live passionately. Take with you not just the lessons learned, but also the belief in your ability to overcome, to succeed, and to thrive. The road ahead may be fraught with challenges, but remember, it is also ripe with opportunity. Okay? Embrace it with an open heart and a steadfast spirit. In the grand tapestry of our time together, exploring the depths of our minds and confronting the silent adversaries that reside within, we've embarked on a journey of understanding, growth, and empowerment. As we draw this chapter to a close, it's essential to reflect on the essence of our discourse, the core of our exploration, and the heart of our collective journey. Life, in its infinite beauty and complexity, offers us a canvas as vast as the horizons upon which we paint the story of our existence. The colors we choose, the strokes we apply, and the scenes we depict are influenced significantly by the battles we wage within the silent recesses of our minds. These battles, though internal and unseen, shape the contours of our reality, coloring our perceptions, influencing our actions, and ultimately determining the course of our lives. As we stand at the crossroads of possibility and challenge, let us choose the path illuminated by hope, courage, and resilience. Decide to cultivate a garden within our minds where positivity blooms, where the seeds of optimism are nurtured by the light of our awareness and watered by the essence of our determination. The enemies of the mind, doubt, fear, procrastination, negativity, and overwhelm, though formidable, are not unconquerable. They are but shadows, dispelled by the radiant light of our will, our spirit, and our unyielding resolve to rise above. The strategies we've discussed, cultivating a positive mindset, embracing challenges as opportunities, harnessing the power of discipline and consistency, and surrounding ourselves with a supportive environment, are not mere tactics, but principles for a fulfilling life. As you step forward from this moment, carry with you the knowledge that the greatest victories are won not on the battlefields of the external world, but within the quiet battlegrounds of the soul. Each day presents a new opportunity to author your destiny, to script the narrative of your journey with the ink of your actions and the parchment of your experiences. In closing, I urge you to view each day as a fresh chapter in the story of your life, a story of triumph over adversity, of victory over the enemies of the mind. Let your life be a testament to the power of the human spirit, a beacon of hope for those still navigating the darkness, and a source of inspiration for all who seek to transcend the limitations of their own internal adversaries. Thank you for allowing me to share this journey with you, to explore the vast landscapes of our minds, and to discover the strategies that empower us to master our mental battles. As we part ways, remember that the path to personal growth and success is a journey, not a destination. It is a continuous voyage of discovery, learning, and transformation. So, let us move forward with grace, with strength, and with the unwavering belief in our ability to overcome, to achieve, and to thrive. Together, let's write a story of our lives. That is marked not by the battles we've faced, but by the victories we've won, the challenges we've overcome, and the legacy we leave behind. In the words of an ancient wisdom, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Let that step be taken with confidence, with hope, and with an unbreakable spirit. The future is not a distant realm, but a canvas awaiting the brushstrokes of our dreams. Let us paint it with boldness, with beauty, and with the vibrant colors of our highest aspirations. Thank you, and may your journey be filled with light, love, and the unwavering courage to become the architect of your destiny.